At first, there was the rock. Nothing else. Only the rock and the sea beyond it, which was like the sky in the place I am now as I write. Vast, changeable, terrifying to contemplate, and so easy to ignore. It is where I once began, and so it is where I will begin this story that you have asked me to set down for you, even though you cannot read what I am writing. I will put as much of myself on the page as I can, so you will know and understand me when it is finished and I share it with you. This is what you have told me you want, but it will not be easy for me to do. I am unused to speaking about myself, and I have to be sure I can avoid exaggeration, pettiness, and self-righteousness, which would all disgust you. I do not know if I can do it to my own satisfaction without disgusting myself. But if it will please you, it is worth trying to do, and do well. And I will be able, as I write, to record the ordinary, extraordinary woman who was my mother. So I will start, and then it will be done. With the rock. I was born in Gibraltar, in the building where I lived until May 1940, when I was 23 years old. I was my mother's 7th child, but only the 2nd who lived. She christened me Milagros, which means miracle in Spanish, the language she spoke most often and most fluently. It is not an unusual name in Spanish. My father spoke English most often and most fluently. If he could have managed it, he would have cultivated a Scottish accent because his surname was Dunbar. He was Duncan Dunbar, and proud of it. My name on my birth certificate might have been Milagros Dunbar, but he called me Rose. And Rose is what I have always called myself. There are few roses growing on the rock, and I did not think to wonder whether I deserved to be linked in this way with a flower that inspires thoughts of beauty and fragrance. I was Rose Dunbar from McPhail's Passage, a category of one, defined by the family to which I belonged. My mother never walked again after my birth. She could stand, take a few steps, hobble from one chair to another, but nothing that could truly be called walking was possible afterwards. The arthritis that gripped and crippled her was not brought on by giving birth to me. It was present in her joints from the time she was the age I was when this story starts. But I was a big baby, and dislocated her pelvis as she pushed, and Maria the midwife pulled me into the world. I was what sent her over the edge, from being a woman in pain who managed, despite it, to keep her house and tend to her husband and son, into a woman so severely limited in her movements that my earliest memories are all of my father, giving me my bath, cooking my food, dressing me, hugging me. By the time I was a teenager, I was doing everything that Ma needed doing to keep herself clean, tidy, fed. All these being things she could not do for herself. My brother, Jamie, did much of the work in the house with my father's help. We were a household of 2 women, 2 men, but the 2 men did what might usually be described as women's work, and the 2 women were reduced to one unit, like a cart and horse. The cart, Ma, only being able to be of any use with the help of the horse, me. We were not usual, but we fitted in. There was a Dunbar-shaped piece in the jigsaw of life in the back streets of Gibraltar that interlocked with all the other pieces. We were part of the picture, however odd. My mother was Mercedes Dunbar, and she had a reputation. Never a good word to say for anyone, as the women on the street or on the staircases and landings said, talking about their neighbors. If they had known I could hear them, I think it would have made no difference. And of course they were right. There was no softness to Ma, no tolerance. She did not, as I suspect the staircase gossips thought she did, hold herself to be superior to them.